All right, so gestures, I named mine 1.1 for first hour, and go ahead and hit next. And create. So the very first thing on your gestures app, let's go to the storyboard. And we're not going to be adding a lot to the storyboard. We're only going to be adding 3 things. I'm not on my launch screen. We're not going to spend time putting a loading label in there. You guys can do that later if you would like. Board. We're going to add a label. And we're going to write in this label just the words move me. And set it anywhere on your screen. I'm going to go ahead and change my simulator right away, otherwise I forget. So change my simulator to an iPhone 11 since that's what I'm using here as a screen. I have the words move me. All right, give you guys 30 seconds to do that. All right, once I have the move me label in there, I'm going to go back into my library and I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom. Otherwise, you can type in the word gestures up in objects. But all the way at the bottom, we see what gestures we have. We have a tap gesture, a pinch, a rotate, a swipe, a pan, screen edge pan, long press, and custom gesture recognizer. All right, so some really cool options here. I'm going to take the pan gesture, take it and just put it on my white screen, not on my label, anywhere in my view of my screen, and let go. You're going to see that it was added in 2 places, at the very top and on the left hand side here. Once again, at the very top and at the left hand side. I'm also going to take my tap gesture and I'm going to put that right on my label. You can add any gesture to essentially any object, whether it be a label, a button, an image, a view like we just did our background here. So you can, like I said, essentially put a gesture on anything. Once again, my tap gesture went above as well as on the side. All right. Once we have our pan, tap, and our label in there, we are going to go and open up our assistant editor. I'm going to close my side view to give me a little more room to see everything. All right. I'm first going to hook up my label, and I'm just going to name it my label, with my camel casing, lowercase m, capital L, as an outlet. I'm then going to hook up my tap and my pan gestures. There are 2 ways you can connect these. I like to use this column because I can see that it's a pan and a tap. It's really hard unless if I put my mouse over, well, that makes it pretty easy. I can see that this is my tap gesture and this is my pan gesture. So I'm going to go tap gesture, click and drag, control, click that over. I'm just going to name it tap gesture. And go ahead and connect my pan gesture. So make sure that they're not inside each other. Make sure that they have their own lines for your code here. Video, I forgot to hit record. I had to change sender any to pan gesture recognizer. And I also typed in this one line here. It says let point finger is on equals sender dot location in view. All right. So what that's taking is wherever I'm pointing and clicking, it's going to send the location from my view. All right. So now I'm going to say my label dot center equals point finger is on, and then just out of curiosity's sake, I want to see my coordinates. So I'm going to say print point finger is on. So let point finger equal the location of my touch, my click, my label. The center of my label will go to where I click, and it's going to print where I clicked. All right, so let's go ahead and run this when you guys get this code typed in. Once again, I cannot see anything in the chat right now because I am sharing my screen. So if anyone has anything they're putting in the chat, please verbally say something so I know to check.
When I go to main storyboard, I get a weird screen.
When you go to main storyboard, you get a weird screen.
Yeah.
Can you take a screenshot of that screen?
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Gotcha. I'll check it out. All right, so what our app should be doing is when I click on it, all right, I click and I move my mouse, the move me should move. All right, just like that. Oh, I need to share my screen with you so you know what I'm talking about. There we go. All right, that's what it should look like. Beautiful. All right, now we are going to write a function. Okay, we talked about functions yesterday. We're going to write func get random color, and it is going to be a UI color, open brackets. And if you guys just want to watch this, I will give you time to type this down so you don't get lost. So I would just have eyes on the screen watching me do this. Like I said, I will give you some time to write this down. So I'm going to say because we have to define our color. So we're going to say let red equal CG float. Oops. I would also not type this while I type it because I do make errors often. So it's better just to watch the outcome. So drand 48. So let red equal CG float drand 48. I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy this 3 times. This is now going to be blue. This is going to be my green. All right. Now I'm going to return. So what it's doing now is it's going to return these colors to the top. UI color. And I'm going to select this one. Display P3 red. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this number, which is going to choose a number between 0 and 1, so a decimal, and I'm going to put it in here. So now I'm getting a color, a number that represents a color that will then put them all together and spit out something awesome. The alpha means like your transparency. So we want this to be bright, so we're just going to do 1. If I want it to be like half, I would do 0.5. If I want it to be invisible, which would be stupid because then I couldn't see the color I was making, I would put 0. All right, so there is my random color. So every time I click call random color, I'm going to just put in my tap gesture now. I'm going to say self dot view dot background color equals get random color. So essentially what I'm saying is my view of my background is going to equal UI color, and that's going to run this. All right. So Every time that I hit get random color, I do my tap gesture, it'll fly through this code and spit out a random color. I'm going to give you guys a second to, actually, I'm going to run it quick and show you what it should do, and then you'll have time to write it down and try it out yourself. And then that will complete today's lesson. Oh, you can also see down here in the print, it's printing out our coordinates. All right, that's something I wanted you guys to check out as well. The way you get that is by opening up your bottom debugger area. All right, so if I click, I can still move me, but now if I just tap on it once, all right, it's showing me a random color that it's pulling through the numbers, through the blue, yellow, or blue, green, and red. All right, so there you have it, guys. That is your app Hackwitch for the day. If you guys want to screw around with the shake gestures, that's pretty cool. What you have to do then is if you want to shake your device, please don't shake your MacBooks. You actually go to device and shake. All right, that will shake your phone so you can check that gesture. If you want to swipe left, swipe right, up, down, those are other options that you can do as well. So have fun with the gestures, add them to your cookie clicker apps. But here is the code again. I will leave this up. Let me know if there's any more questions.